Hello, this is Deborah Manus, and this week I'm talking about Week 6 activities. I enjoy reading your career profile papers, and I will have those graded and posted in Blackboard shortly. The activities for Week 6 include you reading notes for the Comprehensive Articulation Agreement. And this agreement is the agreement with the North Carolina State, UNC colleges, and the community colleges of North Carolina on the transfer procedures. So it's important that you understand what they are and what agreement that you're working under in planning to transfer to one of these UNC schools. You have 3 activities to do this week. The extra one is to look at note-taking techniques in Chapter 7 of your textbook. The activity that you will need to submit this week is a discussion board post about what you've read and your intended major and career in at Wake Tech Community College. So I want you to read the Comprehensive Articulation Agreement that is attached in Week 6, and then there's some supplemental notes that reinforce those ideas. And then you'll see Chapter 7, Note-Taking Strategies. I just want to highlight a few of the things that are on that articulation agreement. The policy assumes admission to one of the 16 UNC system schools. And I know most of you have listed North Carolina State, University of North Carolina. I think there might be someone for UNC Charlotte and UNC Greensboro. So you have schools that you are most interested in, but it's going to be important that you identify 2 or 3 that you would accept admittance to, because the guarantee is not to a specific school, but to any one of the 16 UNC schools. If you will look in the document in our Blackboard class, those 16 schools are listed for you. The highlights of the agreement are that you have to graduate with an Associates of Arts or Associates of Science. You have to have at least a 2.0 grade point average, and most of the classes, in order for them to transfer, you have to have a grade of C or better. And that's what it means by being academically eligible. Of course, you still have to apply to the transfer college of your choice, and you have to meet all the requirements of that application, including the deadlines. So that will be important to look at. I would suggest that you go back into the College Foundation of North Carolina website, CFNC, and within that website there is a transfer planner, and that might be a really good place for you to look at where you want to put your classes, your major, and it's just a really good source of information. I want you to look at the general education course requirements. There are pre-major requirements and elective course requirements, and these are in the PowerPoint that are included in Week 6. So pay attention to the 16 schools that are listed. Some of the limitations that are listed within that PowerPoint include a maximum hours of 6 hours of English composition, no more than 9 hours of humanities and fine arts, and sometimes students get in trouble because they'll use some of these as electives, and you want to make sure you're not using more than what you need. Maximum of 9 hours of social and behavioral science, maximum of 8 hours of math, and 8 hours of natural sciences. So you want to make sure you look at those, and as you're taking courses, that you're taking the ones that are agreed. Now, the Comprehensive Articulation Agreement, when you open that up, it looks like a legislative document, lots of words, but please scroll down to pages 23 through 26, because that's what I found most informative. It actually lists the courses by number that are needed. For example, it says 6 hours of English composition, which include English 111 and English 112. Then when you get to the humanities, you only choose 2 of those, but it also lists those choices, art, English, music, philosophy. Then you have to choose 2 from the behavioral science, economics, history, political science, psychology, sociology. So please take a look. It's page 23 through 26 and the new University of North Carolina and the North Carolina Community College System Articulation Agreement. When you've looked at all that, the requirement this week is for you to submit a discussion board, and it's called the Comprehensive Articulation Agreement Discussion Forum. And when you open that, you will see 5 items to include in your discussion post. First of all, you put your name in, first full name, last initial. I believe there are 2 Abigails in the class, so if your name is Abigail, please put your full last name. Start your post by telling us your major and the school that you're most interested in transferring to. Also, remind us of the degree program. I know you're putting those in your career papers, most of you, but not for the whole class to see, so remind us of that. That's number 1 and 2. Number 3, do you intend to complete your Associate of Arts or Associate of Science or certificate program here at Wake Tech before you try to transfer? And then it asks you why or why not. Cost-wise, it's a big advantage to stay at Wake Tech because the universities per course hour are much more expensive. Based on what you've learned through the curriculation this week, tell me one advantage of completing your career here, your program here, and maybe one disadvantage. And then the last thing I asked, number 5, is what would be an advantage of transferring before completing the degree and a disadvantage. And then I ask you to respond to at least one classmate. And it says in there that as long as you answer all 5 items, follow those directions, and answer in good standard English grammar, you will get full points for that. I do not grade as harshly. I am an English instructor, so I do not grade your responses as harshly. You're probably figuring out now that this course is very similar to most college courses. There's lots of reading, and then you have to write, and that's what this course is all about. Hopefully you're finding it interesting, because in this course, everything that you're reading and writing about is trying to help you learn more about yourself and be a better college student. Hope you have a good week. Bye.